Hello and welcome, students of Europe Hotel School. You know, in my experience supporting modern hospitality operations, I've seen one skill that proves more critical than any other when the pressure is on. So today, we're going to master that exact skill, crisis communication. It's all about how you can command a room when everything is on the line.
Think about it. In any crisis, a fire alarm, a power outage, you name it, your physical protocols are, of course, essential. But they're not what people will remember. What really determines whether a situation spirals into panic or stays manageable is the human voice. Your communication, when it's delivered with control, literally defines the entire guest experience in those critical moments.
And you, especially those of you at the front office, you are at the absolute epicenter of this experience. It's so important to understand this. Guests don't evaluate a crisis just on how bad it is. No, they evaluate it on how safe, how informed, and how guided you make them feel. You become their source of truth and their emotional stabilizer.
Just picture it for a second. You're standing at the front desk, the lights flicker, and then they go out. That low hum of the lobby just vanishes, and it's replaced by this sudden, tense silence. Every single guest turns and looks directly at you. They're looking for reassurance, for direction. In that moment, what you say, and more importantly, how you say it, matters more than anything else.
This slide right here illustrates the huge mental shift you have to make in a crisis. Your normal way of communicating, warm, flexible, conversational, that has to be instantly set aside. Your approach becomes brief and direct, not rude, but powerfully clear. Your role flips from being a conversationalist to an authority, from explaining things to giving instructions. And your message has to be absolutely consistent across the entire team.
So, how do you actually make that shift effectively? Well, it starts with your toolkit. And the very first tool we need to master is the incredible power of your tone. The sound of your voice alone can shape the emotional climate of an entire room. It's that powerful.
And let's be really clear here. Your tone isn't just about how you speak. Think of it as a strategic, psychological instrument. In stressful moments, people become hypersensitive to emotional signals. They rely way more on how something is said than on the actual words. Your tone signals to every single guest whether the situation is being managed or if they should start to panic.
So, what are the pieces of this calming tone? Well, it's a calm and steady delivery. It's a measured pace, not rushed, but not hesitant either. You want a consistent volume that projects confidence without having to shout. And this is crucial. You have to eliminate that rushed speech and the little verbal fillers like or Every one of these things signals to your guests that someone is in control.
Okay, so once you've mastered your tone, you can layer on the second tool, confidence. I want you to think of this as the anchor that holds everything steady. It provides stability for everyone around you, even when you don't have all the information yourself. Now let's get something straight. Confidence is not about pretending you know everything. In fact, that will just destroy your credibility. Real confidence is about delivering the information you do have with absolute assurance. It's about providing the structure and the direction that people are desperately craving in those moments of uncertainty.
And you can project this control through 3 really practical steps. First, provide structured, simple instructions. Second, make sure that every single staff member is delivering the exact same message. That avoids all kinds of confusion. And third, guide your guests with a calm authority that encourages them to cooperate and stay orderly.
And that brings us to our final and maybe the most important tool of all, clarity. In a crisis, there is absolutely no room for confusion. Simplicity is your most effective strategy, period. There's a very real psychological reason for this. When people are scared, their ability to process complex information just plummets. Their brain is completely overloaded. They can't handle nuance. They just need a lifeline. Trying to explain that a phase inverter on the secondary grid is tripped is not only useless, it's actually harmful. They need simple, direct guidance that tells them exactly what to do to be safe.
Just look at this slide. 4 simple words. That's it. No extra details, no technical jargon. This is a perfect example of effective crisis communication. It's a clear instruction that's easy to understand and follow, and it replaces all that uncertainty with a clear, actionable step. This is what you're aiming for.
So we have our toolkit, tone, confidence, and clarity. But, just knowing the theory is only the first step. right? To truly become that pillar of stability, you have to transform this knowledge into a core professional skill
through dedicated practice. So how do you build this skill? It's all about deliberate practice. Regular crisis simulations and role-playing scenarios build muscle memory, so you can act decisively when you're under pressure. It means knowing your emergency protocols inside and out, having strong leadership to guide you, and understanding how to use technology like PA systems to support your clear human communication.
Never, ever underestimate the impact you can have with these skills. A calm voice can literally steady a crowd. A clear instruction can stop chaos before it even starts. These aren't small details. They are the very core of leadership. Mastering this transforms the front office from just a service point into the center of stability and trust for your guests.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought. As you move forward in your careers, that moment is going to come. The guests will turn to you, searching for guidance in a moment of uncertainty. The question is, what will your presence provide? Will it be confusion, or will it be clarity? Will it be fear, or a sense of safety? The choice and the skill is yours to build.